If you're new to UX research and design, here are 15 resources that I use to help navigate my career transition from academia into industry. Now, before I get started, I just want to point out that I never participated in any sort of UX bootcamp or certificate program, so as such, I can't really speak to their value proposition, and they're not going to be on this list. With that being said, let's get started. Number 1, I'd recommend that you start with Laurel Zanobi's I Want a UX Research Job, How to Make a Career Change into UX Research. This is the book that I started with as I made my journey into user experience research. It helped me to imagine a new identity for myself, and it offers very helpful practical advice on translating an academic CV and academic experiences into an industry-ready resume. Number 2, Leaving Academia, a Practical Guide by Christopher Catarini. If you identify as an academic, moving into industry is a kind of seismic shift that necessitates a lot of reflection and identity reformation. This book will help you with all of that. Number 3 is the Nielsen Norman Group's, often called NNG, YouTube channel. There's over 500 videos on the channel. I'd highly recommend you watch essentially all of them. There's a lot of stuff to go through, but they're all great. This brings us to number 4, Don Norman's book, The Design of Everyday Things. It's a quick but impactful read. You need to have this one under your belt and in your head. You should also, while you're at it, learn about Jacob Nielsen's work. In particular, familiarize yourself with his 10 usability heuristics for interface design. It's really good and important stuff. Number 5 is Steve Bromley's Building User Research Teams, How to Create UX Research Teams that Deliver Impactful Insights. This book is helpful for learning how to articulate the value of research, and I highly recommend checking out Part 4 in particular. It focuses on hiring and developing researchers. It's very insightful, especially if you're new to this market. Number 6, Tom Griever's Articulating Design Decisions, Communicate with Stakeholders, Keep Your Sanity, and Deliver the Best User Experience. A lot of this job revolves around listening and communicating. This book will help you do that more clearly and effectively. Number 7, Universal Methods of Design, 100 Ways to Research Complex Problems, Develop Innovative Ideas, and Design Effective Solutions by Bella Martin and Bruce Haddington. And it's a godsend. It's a reference book that I leaned on really hard at the start of my transition. I always have it handy, and it always gives me confidence. Number 8, Brad Nunnally and David Farka's UX Research, Practical Techniques for Designing Better Products provides a succinct but thoughtful history of human factors research, as well as practical advice on planning, conducting, analyzing, and communicating research insights. Number 9, Observing the User Experience, A Practitioner's Guide to User Research by Elizabeth Goodman, Mike Kaniski, I'm sorry if I just butchered your name, and Andrea Moed. It's an extremely helpful text, and I highly recommend it. The only downside about this one is that at $60, it's kind of expensive. So for that reason alone, I'd not prioritize this one, but if you can get your hands on it, especially from a library, do it. Number 10, David Travis and Philip Hodgins, Think Like a UX Researcher, How to Observe Users, Influence Design, and Shape Business Strategy. This likewise provides a clear and practical guide for doing user experience research. Like the previous suggestion, it's also slightly pricey. Number 11. While suggestions 5 through 9 are all great books, and I found a lot of wisdom and value in all of them, they are lengthy and expensive. UX Methods, A Quick Guide to User Experience Research Methods by James Panafino and Patrick McNeil, on the other hand, it's super affordable and it's efficient. If you're on a tight budget or timeline, I'd recommend that you start reading this book, as well as my first suggestion, I Want a UX Job, and then digging really deeply into that NNG content. Number 12, in a similar vein to the Nielsen Norman Group, I'd highly recommend that you check out the Career Foundry's YouTube channel. They have a ton of content there that they've been posting as of 2022 for the last 6 years. It's great. It's a free resource. Number 13, LinkedIn. It's not just a place where you can connect with others and apply for jobs. You can also learn a lot of stuff on there. Now, there's a lot of noise and competition to be heard and seen on this platform. Everyone's offering advice and posting side-by-side comparison designs or posting screenshots from their Twitter feed, but get on there, explore, and learn. Number 14, Sprint, How to Solve Big Problems and Test to New Ideas in Just 5 Days by Jake Knapp, John Zertaski, and Braden Kowitz. If you're unfamiliar with Agile methodology, Google that first and then give this book a read. It's interesting and honestly kind of energizing. My manager suggested it to me, and it immediately impacted my thinking and how I want to organize my work. Number 15, lastly, another suggestion from a coworker. The head of research and insights team at the company that I work for suggested this book to me. I was really hesitant at first, but it's such a fun and informative book. It's called Never Split the Difference. It's by Chris Voss with Tal Raz. I'm actually not sure if Raz is the co-author or not, but anyway. You need to know how to negotiate. You just do. If you're an academic, it's very likely that you don't have a lot of negotiation experience, so I really recommend or stress that you should get this book. It not only changed how I thought about conflict resolution, negotiation, but just communication in general. It's a really great book. All right, those are the main resources that I read and watched and used as I made my way from being a qualitative researcher and educator in the world of higher ed into my new role as a user experience researcher operating the world of technology and product innovation, and specifically consumer robotics. So if you found this video helpful or know someone who might, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, leave a comment, or suggestions even for future video ideas. And if you happen to be watching this video on LinkedIn, again, like, share, all that, but please feel free to connect. That'd be great. So thanks for watching, and good luck as you advance in your career. All right, let's try this one more time.